Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of State Champs Esports. I'm Jenna Skalski and we are currently on week 3. Ethan Williams is going to be coming in and he's going to give us a recap on week 2 as well as tell us the standings. Ollie Hattie is going to break down the game of the week for week 2 and Colin Graham is going to introduce week 3 and the games of the week. All right, so we're going to kick things off with Ethan Williams, who is the Assistant Tournament Director. Ethan, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right, so we're going to start off with, we heard that some teams were undefeated, so can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. We actually have a 4-0 team in every division, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, with Division 2, we've got a 3-0 team, and Division 1, we've got a 2-0 team, two 2-0 teams. But yes, we're still collecting some match results from the weekend. So if you're watching this and you are, 4-0 and you're not in divisions 3 through 6, I apologize. The standings will be updated later tonight. So if you're watching this on Tuesday, they should be updated by then. So in Division 6, we have Pinckney Community High School with 12 points in the lead, followed by one of the Livonia Career Tech Center teams, the Lizards. It's always fun seeing the Lizards do stuff because they have two teams in Division 6, the Lizards and Team Phantom. But yeah, the Lizards team seems to be doing very well, which is fun to look at. And in Division 5, we have Clarkston High School, which is 4-0, followed by the Universal Learning Academy, 3-1. And those two teams are also doing very well in their division. My roommate's actually from Clarkston, so he's been very interested in how they're doing. As far as Division 4 goes, we've got Warren Career Prep Center with 24 points, 4-0, followed closely by Chip Valley. And Division 4 is one of those where it's a close race. Like the 5 top teams are all within 2 or 3 points of each other, so one win could upset all of the balances for Division 4. It's a really close race. And hopping into Division 3, we have Birmingham United, the Seaholm High School team, which always confuses me because when I'm trying to update the standings, I'm looking for Birmingham United and I have to go to Seaholm and it's...
Gosh, making it hard for us.
Yeah, right? But yeah, Birmingham United, the Seaholm team is 4-0, and Granville High School is 3-0. So that's, we have 2 really well-performing, high-scoring teams in Division 3. In Division 2, we've got Carl Sandburg 3-0, which is always cool to see. And then Dakota High School and Unilab, University Laboratory High School, are neck and neck for the second slot at 2-2. You never know who's going to win when you throw those high-end teams together. And this is another division where all of the teams are within 3-4 points of each other. So going into the coming weeks, I hope it stays a tight race because that's what it's looking like in Division 2. They were placed well with other teams in their skill level. And as far as Division 1 goes, our leading team is Lake Forest High School, being 3-1. And they, I think, have the biggest lead. They have a 3-point lead on the second and third place teams. So I think Lake Forest High School, being the top slot, has the biggest lead in any division. We still have a lot of games to play. We don't have all of the week 2 information in yet, and when Colin comes in and talks about week 3, he'll let you know that we might have some upsets. So yeah, that's something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. So it's nice that some of the teams are neck and neck right now. Absolutely. Can we go over what the plays of the week were? Absolutely.
So we have 3 plays of the week. Our first play of the week is one of the Macomb Math and Science Tech Center, MMSTC, games this week, where they had a very nice Oriana ult catching out 3 people near tower, allowing for their team's ADC Rybat to ult with Misfortune and really just dominate a team fight, clear the way for a push that probably won them the game. The second play of the week is Loy Norix High School. Their top laner, Sly, was playing Renekton and absolutely ran the show. For the actual clip, the actual play of the week is just Renekton doing Renekton things, running into Baron Pit, and just wiping the floor with the enemy team. Very, very dominating playstyle. But yeah, in the third play of the week is a team fight during the Huron High School B team against De La Salle, where Huron High School B's Thresh was just hitting hook after hook after hook, making sure that no one on the enemy team had any fun, just really being the playmaker that Thresh can be, showing off the powers of the champion, and helping his team come out ahead.
All right, well, Ethan, I had no idea what you just said, but I know I watched the clips and they looked so exciting. So guys, please keep on submitting your clips to us. We love to watch them and we know that you guys all want to see them. So Ethan, thank you for coming.
Oh, of course, it's always nice to be here.
All right, and now we're gonna go with Ollie Hattie, who's gonna go over week 2, the game of the week. So we're still talking about week 2 here, and with us is Ollie Hattie, one of our producers, and he's going to go into the game of the week.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good,
Good, and then so for those of you who don't know, Ollie also runs our streams here, so Ollie, you've been doing a great job. Thank you for keeping us updated.
Of course, no problem.
Yeah, so with one of those streams, we're talking about our game of the week, which was against Naperville North and Lake Orion. I heard there was a little mix-up. Can you tell us about that?
Oh my. So our schools forgot to mention that they forgot that they were in different time zones. You know, we have some teams in the Eastern time zone, some in Central. I believe it was Lake Orion who scheduled the game at 7 p.m. Eastern time, but forgot to mention that it was Eastern. So Naperville North didn't show up on time, and stream started. 45 minutes into the stream starting, we still had no other team, and finally they showed up. Teams, just remember, specify your time zones. We don't need that happening again. We all sat there for 45 minutes watching a plain screen. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So it was really interesting. It was a very, very tight game. Naperville, they came in strong. They had a very strong first 15 minutes, and around the 15-minute mark, the match was only about 30 minutes. Around that 15-minute mark, it started to fall apart. I believe it was Naperville that came in with the first blood, with a really, really sneaky Nunu snowball. It was really interesting, actually, to see. There are a couple Nunu moments that could have been very, very clutch that didn't happen. It sucks to not have seen those. I would have loved to see what Nunu could have done if they came in for those moments. And in the end, Lake Orion took the victory. They managed to get a team kill within the end of the game, near the end of the game. And before Red Team could even spawn back, before Naperville could even spawn their players back, Lake Orion managed to destroy just about 3 towers and the core, just like that.
I'm just kind of shocked because I know that Naperville North was one of your guys' top picks for favorites.
Yeah, it is, and we were shocked. I mean, I wouldn't say they gave up, but it really, really seemed like it because they were up fighting. It was either they were fighting Dragon or Baron, and while they were fighting it, Lake Orion kind of just swooped in and just murdered them. It was a complete just slaughter, and it helped them just win that game. It was insane. It was really, really interesting to see, and you'll be able to see some of the what's it called? So some of those highlights. I believe there was a play of the week earlier for one of those. But yeah, it was really surprising that my favorite team kind of lost.
Aw, are you doing okay?
I'm fine. I wish they didn't. Come on, Naperville. I was cheering for you.
Yeah, they still got a chance though. We're still pretty early on.
Yeah, but you guys, both teams did really, really well, and that's all that matters. They had fun and they did well, even though there was that 45-minute delay.
Yeah, that seems longer than the game itself.
Pretty much.
All right, well, thank you for coming in, Ollie.
Oh, anytime. Thank you for having me.
Yep, and then so now we're gonna go into week 3. Now we're with the State Champs Esports Head Director, Colin Graham. Colin, thank you for joining us.
It's always a pleasure.
All right, so finally we get to start talking about week 3. Can you tell us about the game of the week?
So this week we actually have 2 games of the week.
Oh, really?
We're pitting Birmingham United versus Granville, and then we also have Carl Sandburg versus Munster High School out of Indiana.
All right, so why did we choose 2 games for this week?
Well, with the amount of competitors we have this year, we thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and highlight multiple games each week to give not only our students an opportunity to be highlighted in their skills, but also give our viewers an opportunity to see a wide variety of different games.
So Colin, what can we expect from the first matchup for the first game of the week?
The first game of the week matchup is going to be Birmingham United versus Granville. They're currently 2 undefeated teams in Division III. We don't have that in a lot of matchups this week, so I thought it'd be a good idea to highlight them as they one state tries to stay unbeaten and take the top of their division.
All right, and then what about the second game?
The second, we've got Carl Sandburg versus Munster High School. Carl Sandburg came off of a win at the 66 tournament in Normal, Illinois. They're personally one of my favorites to come to LTU in May, and they're going against Munster High School, who is a one-loss team in their division, looking to knock them off and take the top.
So wait, they're Munster High School?
Munster High School.
Is that the name of a cheese?
Yes.
Oh, okay, well, hope they don't cut the cheese on that one. All right, so what can we keep our eyes out for coming up in week 3?
I think in week 3 we're going to see a lot of the top division teams kind of stay very close, a lot of parity. You're going to see the gameplay will be very similar. You may not see it in results, but you'll definitely see it when you watch a team one-on-one. They're going to try to go after the same things. They're going to have a lot of the same shot calling. Whenever you start going down to the bottom divisions, 4, 5, and 6, the cream will rise to the top. You'll start seeing the teams that are playing above their division start to have better records, and the teams that need to work a little bit harder will start falling to the bottom. One thing to keep your eye on will be Division 4. We made a small mistake. We have a team in Division 4 that quite honestly should be in Division 1. So word to everybody in Division 4, maybe you should try a little bit harder and knock them off the top.
All right, well, Colin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and we are very excited for week 3. We're excited to see what everyone's going to bring to the table, how all the teams are going to do. Please be sure to follow us on Twitch and all of our social media platforms for more insights to see what's going on. I'm Jenna Skelski. That's it for this week, and we'll see you next time. Hey everybody, I'm Jenna Skelski.